Are you ready to go on a virtual apartment hunt in Buenos Aires? Then stick around. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm really excited because we are going to do a virtual apartment hunt in Buenos Aires. And more specifically, I have chosen the Palermo neighborhood because I think it's quite popular around people that are looking to move to Buenos Aires for a year or two. And I think Palermo is just an all-around awesome neighborhood. It has countless really awesome restaurants that are so delicious, and a lot of global cuisine is in Palermo. It also has a lot of unique, cool shops to shop around in. You can get lots of ice cream in Palermo. There's lots of museums as well to visit, and of course you cannot forget about the huge park that Palermo has. I think it's one of the largest, if not the largest in the city, and you can do anything there: walk, jog, skate, ride your bike, watch kids learn how to ride their bikes. You can go and just have a lazy Sunday and sip your mate and just really enjoy the park. So Palermo, I think, is a great neighborhood, and I do want to do a little series on this. So I'm going to be targeting a few different neighborhoods. Again, today is going to start with Palermo, but be sure to subscribe to the channel because in the coming weeks, we're going to do some other neighborhoods such as Belgrano, maybe Recoleta, and one of my favorites, Puerto Madero. All right, and before we get into the search, I want to tell you we're going to be using Zona Prop. And that is a website that I have talked about on this channel before. If you're new to the channel, then definitely check out some of my older videos where I talk about apartments and how to rent an apartment in Buenos Aires. And Zona Prop is the tool that I use to find both of my apartments when we lived in BA. And so I found it really useful, so I want to kind of show you how to use the tool during this video, and then we can also check out some apartments that are for rent right now. All right, well, let's start the search. All right, guys, so this is the Zona Prop website, and we're gonna do alquilar, which is to rent, or you could do to buy, but I'm pretty sure for the purpose of this video, most of you guys are going to be renting. So we're also gonna type in the neighborhood, Palermo, and we're not gonna do Soho, Chico, Hollywood. We're just gonna stick to just Palermo in general to keep it nice and easy. All right, so you'll see all the results come up here, which is really nice. Again, if you're in America, which is where I'm from, it's going to resemble Zillow a lot. So it's really an intuitive tool. It's really helpful. Here on the side, this is where you can actually put in the different things you're looking for, how many bedrooms, the price. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a price here. And before I do that, I'm going to go over, I have a tab here, Argentine pesos to US dollars. So I'm gonna be doing this in dollars. For those of you that are in other countries, you'll have to just do a calculation on the side. But here, I'm going to use this website as kind of a guide for how much the rent is, because I'd rather be able to do it here on the site and give you exact numbers. So let's go back. I'm going to put in dollars for the price. And we're gonna go, hasta is gonna be up to, and let's just do 1,000 because that's as, looks like that's as small as it goes. But of course there's going to be rents that are much cheaper than 1,000 US dollars, but that will just stop it there. And then let's find the results. All right, so here are all of our options. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of go through some of these, and it's going to be completely biased on what I think looks good. So you might think something else looks good, or you might not like my choices, but hey, let's just go through and see what we can find. I am gonna use this Google tab here to translate prices because it has been a few months since I lived in Buenos Aires and the currency changes all the time. So let's just get our bearings and put 55 in here. All right, so that's about 565 US dollars, which is a really good price for rent. So here we can just click on the photo and we can get some larger photos and see what we're looking at here. Nice size living room. It looks very clean. You have your air con here, very nice. Ooh, it looks like you have access to a pool. Very nice, with a really good view as well. The barbecue, which is always good to use. So I'm gonna go through these a little quickly. I guess this is without furniture. A nice little kitchenette here. So you've got everything you need, a sink, an oven, probably a cooktop up here. If you're American, you'll notice there's no dishwasher. Dishwashers, I don't feel, are very common in Buenos Aires. One of our apartments had it and the other one didn't. And then here's your bedroom. So I'm not sure if it's blocked off. Oh, so it goes to the bathroom in here. There's no door to the bathroom. And you got your shower. All right, look at that view. That's really, really nice. And this is probably going to be the front lobby area. And again, another view. All right, and then this is downstairs, street level. So if you're looking into the apartment from the street, this is what you're going to see. So folks, that is what about what did we say, $560? $560 will get you in this area. Oh, it has a garage as well. That's really nice. So down here, you can get more information about the apartment. So they normally write about what you can expect in the apartment. And then here are just some general metrics. How large the apartment is, how many bathrooms and rooms. This has a garage, a parking space, that type of thing. Of course, the address is going to be here. And then not only do you have the address, but they also put it on the map for you. So it's really helpful to get an idea of what's close, what train stations, what bus stops there are. You can see there's 2 really close bus stops, so that's really helpful. So let's go see what the other thing I wanted, okay, plus expenses. So I wanted to talk really quickly about expenses. If you've watched any of my other videos about renting an apartment in Buenos Aires, you'll be familiar with this. But expenses are on top of the rent. So that's going to be building expenses. If there's a security guard, that helps pay their salary. Sometimes it can include your light, your luz, or your electricity. It really depends on what it includes from building to building or landlord to landlord. So just check if you're interested in a building or an apartment, just check with that realtor what all the expenses includes. But those are going to be a separate line item. So let's just put $6,000 in here really quick. All right, $60 a month, that's not bad. All right, let's go back to our search. This looks really pretty with the wood floors and the large balcony. Let's check this out. We're looking at $40,000. Oh wow, 400. Guys, math, I'm just going to say it here, so don't leave me comments, is not my strong suit. So I will be using that website because I do not trust my math skills, especially when I'm making a YouTube video that thousands of people might see. All right, again, you have this night. It looks like it might be an interior building, which means, or an interior apartment, which means that your apartment's going to be facing, instead of the street, it'll be facing the interior where all the other buildings face. So like kind of behind the block, so to speak. I love that wood floor. Have some built-in shelves there. Lots of light coming in, which is so nice. You have a good sized kitchen here, bathroom with all the works, a little sink. This is probably going to be the lobby area. And then this is going to be what the front of the building looks like from the street. So again, you're looking at a fairly small apartment, but it's very lit up very well, so it's going to feel a little bit bigger. But again, that price, you cannot beat that price. Wow. And again, here we are on the map. So it's very close to a university, so you're probably gonna have a lot of university age students around you. You're not far from a hospital, you're close to a small park here, so if you have a dog, if you're taking a pet with you, it's always really nice to be close to a park. So yeah, it looks like an interesting location. All right, so again, there's about 6,000 pesos of expenses, which we remember is about 600 or 60, see, my math, is about 60 US dollars each month. All right, let's see what else we can find here. Here is one for 70,000, which I believe is going to be about 700, but let's just check my math. Yes, So 720. So this looks like a newer building in an older neighborhood. You can kind of tell it's pretty new. This looks very modern, the kitchen. And you've got a really nice open living room area. Again, modern kitchen, very nice. Pretty modern bathroom. You've got everything you need in here, even some window to add some light, which is really nice. And also not only light, but also it will help let the shower steam out whenever you take a warm shower. All right, oh nice, they even give you the floor plan here. And then a washing machine area, okay, that's really helpful to have. A barbecue area outside, very nice looking area where you can relax with friends, a pool, very good. So this building looks really nice. It looks pretty new. And again, it was a little bit higher. So the ones that we have looked at were about $400 and $600. This one is getting a little bit higher at over $700, but you can see you're getting a little bit newer building for that extra money. And here again, you can check out the location and see if that's something that interests you. All right. So we are now scrolling back. Let's go up to 800. Thinking this is going to be, yes, so $875 is going to be the cost for this one. So we're getting a little bit higher with this price point, but it looks like a nice building. So let's take a look at some photos. This flooring is really nice. This wood floor has some lighting up top. So here you've got a good balcony so you can enjoy your media luna in the morning or some mate. You have an awesome view. You can kind of look down the street. Again, a view from the other direction. Eating area, a bedroom, a bathroom, which isn't a bad size. You've got all the necessities. A second bedroom, another bathroom. So this might be the first one we've looked at that has had 2 bedrooms, I think. And 2 bathrooms. So that might be why it is a little bit more. Okay, and they also have a for sale price here. So you can actually buy the apartment as well for about $179,000 US dollars. Or you can rent it month to month for $800, what did we say this was? $874. So again, you can kind of see the price difference a little bit. You can see some more information here. I think this one's in a little bit maybe nicer area of Palermo. Here you can see it's very close to Swiss Medical Hospital, which is really highly regarded in Buenos Aires. The Los Arcos, that's a really nice shopping area. You've got lots of good shops and you've got lots of good restaurants as well. So you're walking distance to that. And you're pretty close walking distance to a Subte, which is their subway. So again, and not to mention the gardens and the parks. So this location is going to be really good. I can definitely see why, even though it's an older building, they're asking for more money. You're in a better location, in my opinion, than the other ones we've looked at. And you have that extra bedroom, bathrooms. So maybe if you're planning on living in Buenos Aires with a child, or you're taking your teenager with you, or maybe you're 2 students going together, this could be a good option, and you could split the rent. Because $800 split by 2, $400, I feel like it's pretty good price still. All right, let's continue our little search here. I never know what to pick because I feel like whatever I pick, this looks like a really nice pool. Let's check this out. I am a sucker for pools, you guys. So alquilar, 75. Let's just do this. So 770 US dollars. I like how they lead with the pool picture because it caught my attention, so it worked. All right, so here's the building. It's a pretty nice looking building. I like the brick. This apartment feels really open, but like cozy at the same time. So I really like that. And I love how it has that long distance view. There's just nothing better, in my opinion, in Buenos Aires than just looking out and just seeing endless buildings. I love it. well, I don't like the noise of the city, but I think the views are amazing. You have some aircon here. I like how they have shades you can bring down. That's really nice. The balcony, again, they had wood floors. Here's a better close-up of that view. Wow, it's really nice. It's also nice because close by they have trees in shorter buildings, so that way you have that longer view. You have nice trees, you feel like you're in a park setting, and then you look further and you have buildings. That's a really nice view. Going back into the apartment, you have a little seating area for some dinner, eat your empanadas. And here we have the kitchen, which is a good sized kitchen. You have a washing machine in here, which is awesome. It might be a washer dryer combo. Sinks, everything you need. All right, here's the bedroom. It looks like it has some nice built-ins, which is gonna be really helpful for your clothes. A good sized window. Looks like that view is gonna be the same. You've got some trees down there. Oh, that's so nice. The only thing I'm not sure if this has drapes in it or shades, but I would probably add some shades to that window for when you're sleeping. But that's really easy to do. Here's some more closet space. So this has a lot of storage space, this bedroom. That's really nice. All right, and here is the bathroom. It looks like it might have been recently remodeled. It looks pretty modern. All right, and here is the building. I feel like I've seen this building. I probably have. So it looks really cool on the outside. It looks like you're very close to some green area, which is gonna be nice if you like to exercise outside or like to go on evening walks, or if you have a pet, again, it's really helpful to be close to a park. Here's a little gym area. The equipment looks a little outdated, but hey, something is better than nothing. All right, so again, for about, what did we say this was? 770 US dollars. This would really pique my interest. I like the location. Well, let's take a closer look at the location. I just figured I knew where it was, yeah. So I like the location because it's so close to the parks. I am a runner. If you guys have been following this channel, I love to run. My husband loves to run as well. So for me, being that close, steps away to the park is key. And it's also key for my two dogs. I have two dogs, and when they have to go, they have to go. So I don't want to have to walk 6 blocks to get to some grass. So this location would really interest me. So you are close, one thing to note, to a pretty big intersection here and some pretty large streets, especially Libertador. So it could get a little bit loud. Before I rented this apartment, as awesome as it looks, I would want to go inside of it and just sit still for a second, be quiet, and listen to the traffic and see if it's something that I can hear or if it's not an issue at all. But again, this location is really awesome. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but here is the US Embassy, so not far at all. So yeah, for me, this has been my favorite apartment that we've looked at. Again, it is a little bit more pricey. I think we did see another one that was over 700, but I think this apartment, with the location, close to the park, for everything you get in the apartment, for the view that you have when you're out here sipping your mate and just enjoying your media luna. I mean, come on, that's what Buenos Aires is all about for me. All right, guys, I think we're gonna end the video with this apartment today since it's my clear favorite. But let me know down in the comments which one you enjoyed, and also let me know if there's any neighborhoods in specific that you're interested in seeing. Again, I was thinking about focusing on Belgrano and the Recoleta area and also Puerto Madero. And again, I wanna stick to the budget of hopefully 800 or less, and that way you can really see how much more or how much further your money will go in Buenos Aires compared to other countries. All right, guys, I'll see you next week with another video. Bye.